I mean, you niggas look tired as shit.
I am tired, but the show was good.
Oh, my bad. Try it again. Take two.
We just free-forming. Yo, what's up to all of our viewers?
You're not cool when you do that. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Don't what's that about? Are you fishing?
Gonna say hello to our people since
You
we're
can
not
say
doing
hello.
skit.
You can say hello like, hey, what's up, guys? You don't have to.
That's how you say it.
Okay.
Can I talk?
You do it.
Gosh.
Do it.
Gosh,
Do
man.
it.
Like, what's up, everybody? You know, we just.
And then he dropped the ball.
What's up, everyone? We are doing a freeform post-production. This is for you guys. We love you.
Yeah, post-production.
Yeah, this is a lot of the methodology behind us getting topics together.
Why are you
And
making up words, man?
what? Methodology is not a made up word.
It's not? I have to look that one up.
You look that one up. Just like what's the name slapped the shit out of Karen when he took that gun. You need to look that up too.
You slap him, man. You just took the damn gun and put it in the air. How you like it?
Okay.
That's it. You're supposed to.
so it's how we culminate ideas for the show.
Methodology. Culminate? Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I see you.
But yeah, this is what we do. Just shoot the shit.
All right. So
Make it happen.
So what do you think about this show?
Yeah, so for you guys, and definitely make sure that you leave some comments, you leave us your thoughts. We're talking about Boomerang, the movie, and definitely make sure that you check out the episode that we just recorded, and check out the movie if you haven't seen the movie.
Are we judging if they haven't?
I'm judging you. Like, you ain't seen Boomerang. Like,
He said, no, you don't have to ask me that. That
Yeah.
wasn't
I thought it was rhetorical.
right.
but yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we were talking about was the archetypes for all the characters, but we primarily focused on the women. And that's because we're fellas. But we also did see and talk about some of the character traits of each of the male individuals and how that relationship actually worked together. And, you know, it's not only in Boomerang about what goes around, you know, about something going around and coming around. It was also about understanding the different dynamics that happened in the relationship. And so I loved how we were able to break down the celluloids. No, but how we were able to break down the scenes.
Is that some shit from Transformers? Celluloid?
Nah, that was
You're right.
I was from Mad TV. So can I have your number? Can I have it? Oh, I know you like to just watch the movie by yourself and just break down all the celluloids.
Celluloids. Got it.
I'm gonna be using that.
But yeah, so for you guys, who do you hope to encounter when in real life? From one of the archetypes, you want an Ansley? You want
personality wise?
Yeah.
Jacqueline.
You want a Savage?
Fuck out.
Okay.
Like when we go, we go. What I want? I mean, you only got a few. I want Christie's.
You want just fun?
Just a whole bunch of Christie's.
So
A lot of bubbly.
A little silly lopper girls. The girls love to have fun.
Yep.
Okay.
There's no section in the champagne room. I hope you know that.
Shit.
I just want a good clean girl.
Good clean girl.
Good clean girl. Angela's great. If we see more
That's too
Angelas,
easy, man.
it's not easy.
You know what I want? I want the chick from Holland.
From Holland? Where you from? I'm from Holland.
You know what else? And the chicks, the cackle of chicks.
Oh.
Who is? I want to see some more of them, so I can be like, the fuck is you laughing at?
Oh, so I'm here for your
nigga left you the other day.
I never fucked you because you wasn't there.
Right. I just never fucked you.
Oh, I also want the restaurant chick. And today we have asparagus.
Right.
Just so I can take it down. I want
Right.
all of them. Just so
I think for me, I definitely wouldn't mind a Jacqueline for the challenge, but man,
not to go against, because you say that.
Yeah, for the challenge. Yeah. I don't want that smoke.
Yeah,
I don't want the long.
yeah.
I don't want the long.
Because the
smoke.
reality is you're gonna win. Like
Yeah.
I don't want that.
That's not a couple rounds. That's a whole fight right there.
Yeah, she probably gonna body you in the 7th.
Oh.
Yeah.
You gonna lose.
Down goes Fraser.
Yeah,
and I've already been in those bouts, man.
Yeah, but I mean, but just for elevation purposes, I wouldn't be against it.
As far as the personality,
Yeah.
but not like.
I don't want to fall in love though.
You know what we never talked about? What other movies are parallel to Boomerang? We know Boomerang is a very unique film in its own right, but what other movies could you identify with like that kind of dynamic with men and women?
Which one would you think? You obviously have one that came to
what's the movie with Michael B. Jordan, Zac Efron, the Younger Cats, New York? They kind of got that camaraderie like the fellas did, but they all trying to
I know what you're talking
figure out their relationship situation.
And I keep forgetting it.
Oh yeah, it was a good flick.
If y'all remember,
let us know.
Please let us know. The brothers, I mean, for me, on a more elevated, not even elevated, more long term type situation.
Yeah.
But it was definitely one of those ones where you were like, all right, my nigga. Like, I think in Boomerang, at some point, you was like, come on, my nigga. Like, even Chris Rock's character, like, not Marcus.
You gonna let them play you like that?
Like, man, come on, man. Like, so I think that the brothers, but also having some homies that are gonna hold you accountable. That's another thing. There's so many underlying. So please make sure that you check out the show because there's so many underlying elements that go on in Boomerang, and that go on in a lot of movies that allow you to think a lot deeper about a subject matter than a lot of people kind of give it weight to. So one thing that I heard from a movie director, a guy who's working on filmmaking, went to school for filmmaking, was he said, and I'm sure Tony, you can either refute or confirm this, that in a movie, nothing is ever there by accident. Everything that is done, said, or presented has a reason behind it. And so because of that, there's so many underlying symbolic dynamics that if you watch your favorite movie 4 or 5 times and it's really a good movie, it's well put together and well thought out, you'll see those eggs.
There are certain things that by happenstance that like it, especially when it comes into theory why a movie's made, like you'll get those religious zealots to talk about, Star Wars or something like that. But, for the most part, everything on screen has to be for a reason. Everything in your story has to be for a purpose. It can't just be, I just wanted to. And when you've seen trash ass movies that when it doesn't make sense, go watch Belly.
It's still my shit though.
It's a cult classic because you laugh at it, but yeah, it's a piece of shit.
It's entertaining.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. It has no cinematic bearing at all.
No, it's not structured properly. I mean, Hype would like to have that one back.
Right.
I think everybody would, but it's a cult classic. So would you?
Well, that was you just said something super profound.
Or briefly, or it could have been a conceptual piece, because it still feels like it's just one big music video.
That's what it was.
Right. Right. So to him, it's like it's artful. It's saying,
oh, maybe yeah.
It's like this is one big cinematic music video.
Yeah.
Right. That we're capturing.
Like a bunch of bullshit. What the fuck are you watching me, yo? That shit crazy,
That
right?
shit crazy, right? This look like I came with your ass last night.
But I think it's funny what you just said, right? In life, because we talk about in the episode we talked about how life wasn't a movie. But it's crazy that you just said everything has its purpose. There's a reason behind what you're doing. There's intention behind what you're doing. So based on that, do you feel like we should be, from the context of this conversation, treating life more like a movie? Intentionality, purpose, direction. Yo, know your line. No, your character should not get out of character unless it's elevation or pushing.
That's a great question, and obviously the answer would be on the surface, yeah. That doesn't mean that you can't grow and can't experience other things, but for the core of you, it should be. And just like I said, there are things that can be by happenstance.
Yeah.
But when you start to go in a direction, you have to have a purpose, and whenever you don't, I mentioned a crap ass movie.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to your life when you have no purpose and you just want things to happen good for you because you're you.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Also,
that's funny. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. And the extension of that is, I think that's why we don't see as many directors who are actually talented in their own films because it's hard. That dynamic is hard to be able to capture your, and you can attest to this or refute it or not. It's hard to be able to encapsulate a vision that you have and motivate that vision and direct it and still place yourself in it.
I think if you have that vision and you trust in what you want, you could.
Right, you could, but the likelihood of you saying I'm going to put myself in my film is not as often as saying I'm writing this for somebody because I know they'll identify with it better.
Or I just mind.
Right. It's just like we impose our opinion on people when we try to give them advice that's unsolicited.
If I were a good enough actor, I would be every character in my film.
You would.
Because then you could embody
exactly. Yeah. That's why you have actors who make shift turn into directors and make pretty decent movies.
Yeah. Or who are directors?
Spike Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, then who also the actors say like he's a
director's actor.
A director's actor.
Right.
Actor's
exactly.
director.
Yeah. Right. I mean, because I think that's kind of what we're doing and going forward with how we are positioning the podcast. It is, I always say life, let me rephrase. We've said that life is like a movie to a certain degree, but it's not a movie, right? And I think that part of that
this ain't a movie, dog.
It's only entertainment. But in that
always laughing at us.
But in that same space, it's the interesting dynamic for why we feel like life seems like a movie, but it necessarily isn't. Is because to me, life is art. I've always said like life is art. Art is beautiful, right? But I'm learning that art is not necessarily beautiful. It is expressive and it's impactful. Because all art isn't meant to be beautiful. It's a beautiful life, but that shit is impactful, hopefully. And it's going to impact us directly, or we're going to take that in and then radiate that everywhere else. And again, even in that whole concept of Boomerang, right? It comes to us. We're impacted by it. We can still give it out to the world. And we can either be impacted by it negatively and give negative energy out into the world, or we can be impacted by it positively, whether it's a good or a bad thing, and get that positive energy out to the world, or the life lessons or the elevation in any one of those different types of situations. So it's a unique space for us as critical thinkers, as people who are introspective, but who are also entertained and entertaining, to find ourselves in this dynamic. Because I mean, even with where we're going creatively, we are going to be that ongoing question of whether art imitates life or life imitates art. You know what I mean? in the skits that we're creating, in the dynamics that we're actually creating.
We're really good at walking that line. We're really good at it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. In the meantime, in between time, if you guys like the content that we're putting out, if you enjoy what we're doing as a collective, if you enjoy what we're doing separately, of course, Tony the author, Kings, Queens, and Stable Boys.
Why Men Cheat, a guide to a better relationship. Get it on Amazon.
Exactly.
Along with
Just for Success, how to intimately align your image, your identity, so that always leaves a lasting impact. And Stick
Envy, serving and curating cigar experiences around the world. Well, at least in Georgia. Soon to be around the world.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, please make sure that you leave your comments. Share this with a friend. Continue the conversation. That's really what this is about. Is creating, cultivating, curating, and continuing conversations with people just like you, so that we are always elevated and expressive and authentic about shit that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We three super dope but regular everyday guys who are going to be having conversations that challenge our thinking, that challenge us and make us better, and we want to continue that conversation with you.
Who are you again?
Tony motherfucking Davis. I'm sorry.
Michael Andrew the brand.
And I'm Wayne. Hashtag, hey, it's the content. We love it.
Didn't you just say don't point at the camera?
I know, I was practicing though. Hey.
Yo, so check out the latest episode. Please make sure that you like, comment, Follow up with us.
Savage Boomerang.
Yeah. And check out Boomerang. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll holler at you. Peace.